Hello and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. I'll put that behind me. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath, intuitive card reader, and a visionary, and a bunch of other stuff, I guess. I'm here to do the monthly reading for the month of November 2018 for the sign of a Sagittarius. This is November the 2nd. I am sorry that the readings are a couple days behind. So is my life. I feel like I'm a couple days behind pretty much everything. All right, intuitivecandles.com. I'm burning for them tonight for anybody that's new. These are 100% soy-based candles with a 40-hour plus burn to them. Everybody else is scrolling ahead. Maybe not so much this time. It's a special candle. Wish upon a star. It's raising awareness for Down syndrome. So, that's what it's all about. Yes, I do know somebody that has Down syndrome. Down syndrome people, they're no different than you. They're no different than anybody. They grow up. They live alone or with other people, you know, people their own age. Have apartments. Have jobs. They get up, they go to work every day, they come home every day. They have their favorite things they like to do. They like to party, get together with their friends. They're no different than you or me. They just have, they're challenged with abilities, but they're not, they can't function mentally. No, that's not true. They function quite well, thank you very much. And they deserve that respect the same way you or I would. So yes, in support of Down syndrome. Also, there's a 10% discount on all orders. That's continuing. That's been going on for the last, 3 months maybe? Something like that. It can end at any time, though. So, yes, the promo code is a BOFF10. That stands for Bay of Fundy Fortunes, and the number 10. These are 100% soy-based candles. When the wax melts down, you're left with beautiful reveals. Pendants, stones, crystals, they're gorgeous. Trees of life, chakras, everything you can think of. The reveal picks you, by the way. You don't get to pick it. So says Michelle, one of the owners of Intuitive Candles. So that's intuitivecandles.com. Let's get into your shuffle. 4 minutes in. For those that are new, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you in a personal way. This is a 5-card spread. The first card is your overall energy for the month of November, Sagittarius. And your the second card is your wealth, finances. Third card, hearth, home, intimate love. Fourth card, challenges for the month, should there be any. Fifth card is your message from Spirit. I like to encourage people to come back at the end of November, whatever month we're in. Right now it happens to be November. And see if anything came out for you, because I always say this a lot. And people go, "It didn't mean nothing to me. That wasn't reading. There wasn't one thing in that reading. It was one thing." See, people don't understand. They shouldn't even be watching readings if they're that far of it. This is fortune telling. Fortune telling is the telling of the future. How do you know? Unless you come back at the end of the month and check out the reading, just to say. But don't say that was a shitty reading, it didn't mean anything to me, and stuff like that. It's telling of the future. How can you say that? It hasn't happened yet. And it's a general reading. It's not for everybody. All right. One run through, and yeah, coming into 6 minutes. That's crazy. Sorry, guys, but if you know your way around a computer, you scroll ahead, all of that stuff, till you see the first card come up, and you click there. All right. Is this the deck? Oh, I'm sorry. As this deck stands, are the top 5 cards the cards that are meant for this general public reading for the sign of Sagittarius for November 2018 are the top 5 cards that are meant for this spread. Yes, that's a good yes. Thank you. You may stop. All right. Bring the camera down so you can see the spread. Very first card we're looking at here, your overall energy. 5 of Wands, competition. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. There. Second card, your finances and wealth. The 9 of Pentacles and gratitude. Third card, your hearth, your home, your intimate love. We're looking at Page of Pentacles, opportunity. Card number 4, are your challenges, should there be any? Oh yeah. 9 of Swords and anxiety. Final card, your message from Spirit. Oh. The 9 of Cups. Beautiful. So the very first card we're looking at here, well, here's your spread. All right. There's your spread for the month of November 2018. There, we'll come back up here so you can see all the pretty lights and my baby sitting here over my shoulder. Watching. Waiting. All right. We're looking at the 5 of Wands for your overall energy for the month. Competition. You know, the very first, you're the second reading for November that I've done here. I'm on number 2. You're it. Very first one was Scorpio because it is their birthday month. And crazy. Just craziness. The cards that came up, it's like, whoa, it's not an easy month. It wasn't for them. And I remember saying, I hope the rest of the readings aren't going to, I hope this isn't the theme. Because sometimes there's a theme with the readings. 5 of Wands, competition, just stress. Stress. That's what I'm getting from this card, is stress for you. Competitions, being tested, either literally or figuratively. An overwhelming month for you. Having a hard time communicating with people through the month of November. I hear you saying, has everybody lost their marbles? The whole world's gone crazy but me, or what? There seems to be that energy back in the air. It seems to be showing up an awful lot lately, where those energies are. It doesn't matter if you're at work. It doesn't matter if you're at home. It doesn't matter where you are. When you're with one or more people, I've seen it happen. This conversation going on, and maybe there's 3 of you, and the other 2 finally stop and come up for air for a second, and you speak up and you say something and give your 2 cents, and it's like you never spoke at all. Man, it's like you're not even there, and you're getting this everywhere. I don't know. Astrologers can pipe in. They'll probably blame it on the planets and what's retro and what's in what house and what's in all that stuff that makes my head hurt. I don't do astrology. I love it. Unlike everybody else, I want to read it every morning. Where's my astrology for today? You know, I have 4 or 5 that I use. But that's it. On top of this crazy energy, and it's just ironic that your lines of communication with the people around you and the world around you it's gonna be up a notch. It's more texting, more emails, more phone calls, more meetings. It's just more busy. It's like this electrical wave is going through November for you guys. Just crazy. None of it really bad, but crazy, overwhelmed, overloaded. Become more of an observer is the advice. I always put the advice and the keywords on the back of the card, but be more of an observer. Become that fly on the wall. If you really want to know who needs your help, who is sincere You'll do it by just being the fly on the wall. Become an observer. If you're quiet enough, people, if they weren't hearing and seeing you 2 feet away from them, they're not hearing and seeing you now, and you sit back. And people, when they figure that they're alone or nobody's noticing them or watching them, people let their guard down. You'll be able to see somebody for who they really, really are. You won't be impressed with it. So that's to make something negative, turn it around and work it in your favor. Become an observer. Fine. Nobody hears me. Nobody sees me. No matter what I do or say, I feel like I'm invisible, being ignored. This sort of a thing. Then make it work to your advantage. Fine, I'm not here then. I'll just, everybody go on with your business. I'm not here. Big learning moment for you there. A good experience. Watch other people posturing around you. You're seeing people pretending to be somebody that they're really not. This sort of a thing. Ego is inflated with this card as well through the month. You may have a little bit of it yourself. You may be dealing with others that have too much pride and too much ego. Sagittarius, you're pretty proud. I wouldn't say you have that much of an ego. Even if you talk well about yourself, you're just stating a fact. It's not a brag or thing or anything like that. Finding yourself in debates with others. A lot of different opinions are being thrown onto a plate. Everybody's got something to say. Everybody wants to put their own 2 cents in. But communications, overload, and ego are the biggest things for you this month. That's crazy. Okay, so your next card, 9 of Pentacles, we're looking at gratitude here. This is your money situation. This is the card, and I don't know when this turn came for me, probably about 2 months ago when I see this card. Maybe it's the universe talking to me, I don't know. This card I see is a celebration of self. That's the way, all these years I've been reading this card and I've never seen it that way. This is what I get from it now. It's a celebration of self. That's part of it. It's in the financial sector. Is that a good thing? Hell yeah. It's good for most. General reading though. So if you're sitting on the doorstep somewhere and that's where you're sleeping and eating, you know, I'm sorry, but this is a general reading, all right? Just remember that, please. This is a card of self-indulgence. This is a card of, some of you have the money to do this, to go out and buy a want instead of need. It's a card of leisure. It's a card of luxury. It's a card of love and fun. I see somebody going to a resort. Funny time of year to be going to a resort in the month of November, but hey, if you can do it, why not? But I do see somebody going to something like that, and that's where you feel like you're in the lap of luxury. It could be a cruise, anything like this, but it's a self-indulgence, and it's not bad. You're rewarding you for being you. You're rewarding you for what you're capable of, what you bring to the world. Like, really think about yourself in a really fair, good light. You'd be surprised how many good things there are about you. Really. You're being encouraged to do all of your favorite things when this card shows up for you. There's no money problems here for some of you. They're just not. Matter of fact, the final word on this card is abundance, and that's used in the best of ways, not abundance of trouble or, you know, anything. It's abundance for the good. Good money flow for some of you. It also could be a card of, because of where it landed, it could be promotion now, and your mind is racing into places that are leisurely and full of luxury, and you're saying, I'll be able to afford that trip this year. That could be it as well for some of you. But this is a beautiful card. Financially, overall, you guys are going to be okay. You're looking a little better. Maybe not like day and night or anything. And for some, even just having the stability is in itself very, very comforting to you and making you feel like your life is very abundant. Card number 3, we're looking here at the home, your heart, your loves, your family, your friends. And this is a Page of Pentacles. And again, Pentacles is all about opportunity, which is wonderful. Somebody's being has an opportunity to start a new job somewhere. They're being offered some form of work. I hear somebody saying to that person, you're like a friggin' cat. You're always landing on your feet. Just when we think you're down, you come back strong. Not just come back strong, you come back stronger, elevated. Some people are like that. They can't, you know, it's like no matter what happens, what's going on around them, they're always coming out favorable and in a good light. So that's what's happening for some of you here, being offered really, really great news for you. It suits you more. It's more money. It's stable. Hell, you even have coverage, insurance, health insurance that goes with the job. If you've been hoping for a wish to come true, when this card shows up, it's usually a big fat yes. You're going to get your wish. But this card here brings very good things into your life, into the family home. Relationships take on, when there's no burden of money, being short of it all the time, being broke all the time. You know, especially when you're working so hard. There's only 24 hours a day. You still have to eat, you have to sleep. And you're doing all you can do, Sagittarius. Don't be so rough on yourself. This is not an easy month for anybody, even under normal, you know, despite tarot. Forget about that. November's a hard month for a lot of people. It's very, very gray. We celebrate, you know, Remembrance Day, Veterans Day, whatever you want to call it, wherever you're from. That gets in there, and there's nothing, the only thing joyful there is the freedom that we feel now because of them and all that. But November's gray. Everything's dying in November. I don't know what it is about November. It's like everything surrounds gray, rain, cool, wet, death, dying. I mean, it just seems to do that, right? You don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to stay and put up with it. You can take your family, your whatever, and you can take yourself somewhere else. You can do things to brighten that mood, to bring some color into your world. Just that little bit of extra. And a feeling of security for somebody saying there, I could do this job for the next, I'd be happy the next 20 years doing this job. I could retire from this. Whatever it is. It brings you happiness and joy and ease into your life. And that spills over into your private life, your family life as well. Pay attention to any paperwork for some of you that comes by this way in front of you. Both on not letting something slip beneath your radar that really shouldn't. And plus, maybe missing an opportunity. All right? You don't want either of those things to happen. But speaking of opportunities, for some of you out there, Sagittarius, there's opportunities on the horizon for you that are waiting. So that should give you a little bit of fire under your feet and spark things up a little bit. Your blocks, you're worried about everything. Sagittarius, I have 2 in my family. And they're literally, for one day of the year, they're the same day, the same age, because they were born 1 year, less a day apart. If it had been one more day, they would have been exactly a year, but less one day. So one day, they're both the same age. They could not be more different from each other. But one thing they do have in common, and they're really good at it, worrying. This is the anxiety card of tarot. These are the blocks. These are the things. And you know what? This is stuff you could sweep away. I'm feeling that. These are your blocks. You can get on top of them. We make a conscious choice to worry and to acknowledge fear and all these negative things. No, do you walk around, do you put your head in the sand, pretend nothing bad or negative is going on? Absolutely not. I'd be the first one to tell you to never do that. I'm a realist. I'm very logical before I'm anything else. When there's a problem, yes, you have to deal with it. I've loved this phrase for years and years and years because there's so much truth in it. And I find people, even the younger people, are starting to use this phrase now. It's becoming very popular. I've been using it for years. And anytime you got that gray cloud over your head and over your life and nothing seems to be going right and everything seems to be so challenging, and this is very true. Some of you already know what I'm going to say. And the quote is, quote, "This too shall come to pass," unquote. And it does. So you don't build up something, you don't build into it, you don't feed the fear, you don't feed the negativity or any, because it's going to all pass. Sometimes we need to sit down, be quiet, and stay the hell out of our own way. There's that too to be said for this. We can sometimes, that's what I'm hearing, we can create our own misery and sit there going, why is this happening to me? When we're the ones that brought it on ourselves. We'll realize that usually, with most people, way down the road after the fact, somebody else will bring it up and say, well, you were this, you were like that. Yeah, I was that way, wasn't I? I'm sorry about that. I was just being really immature and stupid. You make things, don't inflate things is what I'm telling you. Look at something, say it is what it is, and I'll deal with it. And my other favorite saying is all about when you've got a huge, overwhelming problem in front of you, something that needs to be dealt with and there's no getting away from it. We call it the elephant in the room. All right. Sometimes that means something else. Here's the question. How does one person eat a whole elephant? That's what I'm going for, not the elephant in the room thing. Is something different. How does one person eat a whole elephant? And you're all like, she's crazy, it's impossible. No, it's not. It's all a metaphor. You can eat a whole elephant, a whole problem. You can get to the root of it. You can make it disappear. You can make it vanish. How? One bite at a time. One bite. Once you eat that one bite, it's all a metaphor. You swallow it, it's gone. Take another bite. That's gone. You've got so much less there already to worry about. One thing at a time. That's all. Okay, your last card we're looking at here is the Nine of Cups and Wishes. This is your message from Spirit. This is really, 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 really nice. You couldn't ask for better to fall into that placement. Yeah, we're not alone here at all. And you're needing to know this, all right? I just heard. Watch your integrity. You know right from wrong. Don't dabble. Don't let yourself be tempted into something that is not going to work for you. And you know, maybe in the moment it sounds good, but using maturity and looking at the bigger picture, what are the ramifications? What if something goes wrong? What if it's the wrong choice? What if it's the wrong way to go? All of that. As long as you keep your integrity and your honesty about you and you try to live your life as if it's under a microscope from the universe, because it is, in case you didn't know that. This card, when it shows up right off, it's about hearts because it's cups. It is about love and emotions. This card brings you benefits of love in every way, shape, and form. You're going to be acknowledging it from, feeling it from, you know, even your friends, maybe your boss. There's warm feelings, warm fuzzies everywhere you go. Friendship. And knowing if you needed people to have your back, that they're there for you, that you can't buy that. Knowing that the people in your life, that if you needed anything, if you fell, they'd be there to catch you. They'd be there to help pick you up. You can't pay for that. You can't buy that. That's a kind of security that's very, very special. Any ideas that you're coming forward with, you want to implement, try something new, that'll be supported as well. for you. Things are looking better towards the end of the month here. There'll be harmony at home. All areas of your life are going to begin to flourish. There'll be contentment and fulfillment. And there's a lot of socializing. Having a newer job for those of you that get into that new job or that direction or whatever it is that change is coming up. You're going to be experiencing more free time now, and you're feeling more like socializing. So that's good. It's fantastic for you, really. You're going to be in a very compassionate, giving mood to other people as well. So don't be shy about that. Your key words and the final words in this reading are happiness and support, love, harmony, harmony at home, relationships. Beautiful word again. This twice it's shown up here. Abundance. Abundance. So there you go. Sagittarius is a really great month for you. Somebody's moving in November. I just heard that as well. All right, so I hope that gave you some guidance, and I hope you enjoyed it. No, I hope the readings aren't going to be this long. Anyway, if you want a private reading with me, look down below the video window, read through, ship me off an email, and we'll take it from there. Please join us on Facebook if you're not a hater of Facebook. We're under groups Bay of Fundy Fortunes. It is closed. It is private. Please join us there. It's a beautiful room. Beautiful. It's drama-free and it's peaceful. It's very calming when you come in there. It's very calming just being in there. Anybody else looking for me? If I'm not right here in Bay of Fundy Fortunes, you can still find me this time of year, walking down below, down the cove, on the beach along the water's edge. That brings in the highest, mightiest tides on the whole planet, the beautiful and the bountiful, the Bay of Fundy. Google it. Check it out. Let me see here. What else is there? I think that's it. Well, no matter where I'm at, I'm always right here. You always catch me waiting on the next change of tides. Keep the peace in so you can share that love and that light out and smile at a stranger today. Goodbye for now and have a wonderful month.